James Christian Kimmel was born in Brooklyn on November 13, 1967. Roughly 30 years later, he rose to fame by making women feel things he stuck in his pants and making double entendres regarding women in scantily-clad outfits. Now he hosts the Last Place show in the late-night TV ratings, in which he cries a lot about guns, Obamacare, Republicans and anything to the left of Elizabeth Warren's position papers. This career trajectory, somehow, has qualified him to host the Oscars not once but twice. Unfortunately, without the Juggies or the crying jags, America just isn't quite as interested in Mr. Kimmel's antics. Last Sunday's anti-Trump Oscars were the lowest-rated edition of the awards broadcast in its history, down double digits percentage-wise from Kimmel's last outing. All the while, Kimmel has endured criticism for hosting the first post-Weinstein Oscars after his antics on The Man Show, mostly of the sexual harassment variety. However, now that America is done being slightly outraged over the fact that Kimmel made his name off of raging sexism, they've also remembered he made his name off of raging racism too. See, one of the common skits on The Man Show involved making fun of Karl Malone, the NBA Hall of Famer who was then in the twilight of his illustrious career with the Utah Jazz. The thing about Malone was that, although a relatively intelligent man, he was also an individual without a filter. Think Donald Trump without handlers. That's kind of the guy he was, and it was funny. It was also something that an enterprising comedian could easily make fun of. The thing was that for all his liberalism, Kimmel's Man Show wasn't exactly known for any sort of commitment to diversity. There weren't a whole lot of black male performers on the show. Yet, Kimmel and co. still wanted to have some fun at Malone's expense. So, Kimmel did what any comedian would have done. And by what any comedian would have done, what I mean is what any minstrel show performer taking the stage in Shreveport, Louisiana back in 1892 would have done. Kimmel decided to appear in blackface and talk in pidgin English. Hilarious. Those simple black folks are scared of aliens sticking things up their hindquarters, and that's funny. Oh, by the way, all you Americans better keep the onerous individual mandate in Obamacare, because I'm a moral authority and I said so, damn it. Now, I've said it before, and I've said it again talking about Kimmel's time with The Man Show. All he has to do is issue the most tepid non-apology apology, and I think most people would be willing to let this slide. Many people have done things to make money and advance our careers that, looking back with a certain degree of maturity, they wouldn't have done. In the entertainment industry, this is especially prevalent. However, Kimmel hasn't even issued a desultory. Well, I guess that wasn't the best idea, even though he was one of the show's creators and wrote many of the offensive skits in question. Given gross, we kind of have to assume that America's new moral comedic authority is pretty much okay with blackface and sexual harassment, because he's A, done it, and B, refuses to apologize for it. This is liberal America's new conscience. Why are we not surprised?